Well, the new way that Amazon is approving or rejecting shirt designs right up front.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like to me, that according to what they said in the forums, each rejection is actually going to count against your account, and that with enough rejections,
Really?
you will actually get your account terminated. That was said in the official forum by Leah, I think, from Amazon. So that actually surprised me. And I think what that means is that they're likely not automating it. I originally thought that it was probably just an automated system, and they had some like words in there like Coca-Cola and Barbie and whatever. And if they catch that word, it's going to automatically kick it out. But it seems to me like it's actually real people. It's actually a team of real people who's going through and looking at it. And it looks like, in a way, there's almost some new standards that weren't previously announced, that they're actually going by. Like, I've seen that people who've tried to post with profanity in their listing anywhere or on the shirt has been those shirts have been rejected, even though before this week that's been fine. So it's interesting. I've not had any problems so far. None of mine have got rejected, thankfully. But all of mine are pretty generic, and I stay far away from trademark and copyright. So, and I don't use profanity. So it'll be interesting to see what they'll do moving forward. I hope they release a little bit more clear guidelines. But it does seem to me like what they're doing, ultimately what they're building up to, is they're going to want some design standards. Like, they're not just wanting people to throw up a design that says I like to drink water in like some ugly font that looks terrible. Like, they want some quality. They're not just wanting quantity. It looks like they're wanting quality as well. So I think that that is what they're moving towards, and I think that's really good, because if you look at like Cafe Press and maybe not Redbubble, but mainly Cafe Press, use that as an example, there are hundreds of thousands of designs on there that are just completely useless. Nobody would want to buy them. They look bad, really bad, and people it's because they're just mass produced. And so I think Amazon don't want to become that. They don't want to become a Cafe Press that has hundreds of thousands of lousy designs. So I definitely look forward to them, because I noticed they actually have a listing up for, if I'm not mistaken, they want someone who has a graphic design degree. And it talks about in the listing, in the job listing, that they want the person to be able to create I may not be putting it exactly the way it was worded, but almost like a set of standards for designs and some methodology to improve people's design. So yeah, so that's definitely what I'm looking at moving forward there.
That's interesting. So they're stemming the tide of just quantity over quality. And because I believe that T-shirts are the beginning. You know, they're going to eventually probably have hoodies and tank tops and who knows what else, maybe pajamas and mugs and hats and who knows what, you know. So they're working on getting it improved as much as possible on the front end, so that the products end up being quality. I know when I look at Cafe Press, I see tons of trademark infringement. I mean, tons of trademark and copyright infringement on there. So it's a good thing, I think, that Amazon is heading this off right up front and working to prevent that as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I'm also looking for them to, when they move into these other things, to implement these. I think they're going to get all this cleared up before they move on to other things. I think that they're getting all this cleared up with T-shirts, and then they're going to move forward. And that's why, like, I was talking about my sales being down this month, and how other people's is down this month. And I've seen some people sort of getting upset over that, and sort of already having a bad outlook on the future. But to me right now is just a normal slowdown, and I'm super excited for what's going to happen in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, when they, like, if they get to the point where they're having, like, if they can automatically move all my t-shirt designs over to mugs and just hoodies and tank tops and all these
Oh
things.
man.
I mean, that could almost double or triple or quadruple your income from merch by Amazon. So
Yeah.
I'm extremely excited for that.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the day when you get an account manager at Amazon. You
Yeah,
know, when we have some contact with human life at Amazon,
yeah, for sure.
because
Yeah,
it seems like,
I've even tried adding some of the people who, like you see on the forums. I've tried to add them on LinkedIn because I'll just type in like Leah, and then I'll put Amazon, and I'll find them, and I'll try to add them, but I've got no response.
yeah, that's called LinkedIn stalking.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, it is, there is kind of a dearth of information, and there's a lack of guidance, you know, right now from Amazon. It would be great if, sure, they have their guidelines that you can look at, you know, when you log in, and you can read the guidelines and that kind of thing. But it sure would be good to have a human, you know, and they do have it to some extent in those forums, the official Amazon forums. But it seems like there's more that needs to be there, you know, in terms of support for us, so that we do things right. Even if they had a little bit like a training, some kind of training, like these are the do's and don'ts for Amazon, that would be awesome. Especially because I see so many people going for the easy, quick, you know, just trademark infringe like crazy and make as much money as you can before they suspend your account. And that's bad for everybody. I mean, that's it's not even good for them, right? Because they'll lose their long-term benefit of having a potentially, you know, decades-long income for just a short-term gain, you know. And it's just, so I'm hoping that something like that comes about, where they have standards, they have maybe even some training and things like that over time.